Tamara was returning home from work through the park. The bags were heavy, and she sat down on a bench to take a break. It was so fresh, quiet and peaceful. A girl of about 10 years old was walking along the alley and leading a huge cat with tassels on its ears on leashes. Tamara was interested, she had never seen such seals before. Hardy, she turned to the cat's little mistress. "Yes, it's a Maine Coon, such a rare breed," the girl proudly replied and walked on. Tamara thought even more. Yes, she had to communicate with a similar cat in her life, but only a wild one. The memories came of their own accord, even though she had been pushing them away for many years. She is now happily married, and despite the difficulties of life, everything was going well for her. There was peace and harmony in the family, children were growing up, but her life did not begin so cloudlessly. Tamara has been very beautiful since she was a child. Bright blue eyes, long thick brown hair that my mother braided into tight braids. She was born into a full family, her parents adored their only daughter, the girl's parents were aspiring businessmen. Due to frequent absences, the baby was raised by a nanny. She was like a second mother to little Toma and at the same time a godmother. When the baby turned 7, a tragedy occurred in her life. My parents went to another city on business and did not return. They had an accident, but the baby was lucky to have a babysitter. The woman did not allow the child to be taken to the orphanage and adopted the girl, because she did not have any other close relatives. It happened that the girl asked about her parents, but Vera Ivanovna always told her, "They are in heaven, honey, but they are always there and looking out for you." With these words, the woman hugged her now daughter. Time passed, and by the age of 18 Toma blossomed, became even more beautiful and was the pride of Vera Ivanovna. She studied perfectly well and graduated from school perfectly. She decided to go to the same university that her parents had graduated from. She was generally attracted to architecture and everything related to it. Tamara tried to be the best student at the institute. After all, her parents still remembered at this university, and she was supposed to be their worthy replacement. And everything was going well until Daniel appeared in Tamara's life. Actually, there were a lot of guys and fans around her, but she didn't pay attention to anyone. The girl was completely absorbed in her studies. Danya was the son of a wealthy local official. The young man is used to getting everything he wants. This time he wanted Tamara. But the girl, for all her beauty, was not at all frivolous, but, on the contrary, too serious. Expensive gifts, huge bouquets and a sea of compliments, all this did not affect her, although any other would have already fallen at his feet, but not Tamara. He tried in every possible way to persuade the girl, which is why he was refused. However, these refusals only turned him on more. For 6 months now, this Lovelace has not given a pass to the young beauty. And she gave up. But the girl set the conditions. First the wedding, and then everything else. Naturally, Daniel did not even think about any wedding. The guy needed only one thing, to get his own from this first beauty of the course. One day he invited Tamara to a country house. "Dad often asks about you, and Mom wants to get to know you before the wedding," smiled Danya. He tricked a girl into a country house. Naturally, no parents were there, but Danya assured Tamara that they were about to arrive, but in the meantime, you can relax and have a glass of wine. Tamara didn't remember the rest very well. Everything was a blur. He drugged and abused her with something. While she was still recovering, Danya took her out into the woods and pushed her out of the car in torn clothes and tied hand and foot. Tamara woke up in a strange house on a strange bed. My head felt like it was going to burst. She barely remembered anything. Perhaps the last thing is that she took a sip from the glass that Daniel offered her. Next to her sat a huge spotted cat with tassels on its ears. She seemed to be guarding her, studying her with her amber yellow eyes. "Where am I?" Toma asked in an almost inaudible voice, not knowing who she was talking to. I woke up. Well, that's nice. An elderly woman came into her room, carrying a cup with some steaming liquid in her hands. Come on, Fimka, give me a place. And she drove the lynx away from the bed where Toma was lying. Have a drink. But Toma shied away from the mug as if it were slop. Don't be afraid, there is a healing decoction here. All the bad things are over for you. I'll help you get better and forget everything. I don't remember much anyway. Toma took the cup with trembling hands and sipped the bitter liquid. Or maybe it's better that you don't remember. Fima dragged you out of the forest, tied up unconscious. Who is this with you and for what? You really don't remember? Or don't you want to talk? Toma briefly told Taisia everything she remembered and what she had already guessed herself. That bastard. The woman threw up her hands. We need to write a statement on him. No, Toma flatly refused. Can I stay with you? I don't want to go back to the city. I can't see anyone. I just need to tell my mom where I am. You can't leave it like that, girl. Impunity creates a new evil. But the case is yours, of course. I can't force you to punish this villain. Live with me as long as you want, and I'll arrange with my mother. Don't worry, Tamara never returned to the institute. For another 6 months of her life, she lived with her savior Taisia, Iris I Fimka. I became friends with both of them. She often walked through the forest, and Irisa always accompanied her. So Taisia knew that the girl was completely safe. Tamara's physical and mental strength gradually returned, and she left the house that sheltered her and her new friends. At parting, she left Taisia her phone number for communication. Back in the city, Toma got a job, and then continued her studies in absentia, at a completely different university. A little time has passed since then, and one evening the phone rang in the house. Worried, Taisia reported that Fimka had punished the scumbag who had abused Tom. He did the same thing with another girl. Apparently the tower was demolished from impunity. But he was just unlucky. This time he came across Fimka in the forest. Oh, and she gave him a hard time. The wildcat picked him up so much that even if he gets patched up in the hospital, I doubt he'll ever be attracted to girls again. If there's more left, what? And in general, will he be capable of anything else? Tamara woke up from her memories. The girl with the lynx-like cat had long since disappeared from sight, and the woman, picking up her bags, hurried home to her family. Did you like the story? Like and subscribe to the channel, there is still a lot of interesting things ahead. All the best.